I would say my style would be like deadpan, autobiographical, observational. I feel like I get called niche because I'm not talking about universal experiences. Like talking about white people, roasting white people. It's important to be rude. I usually dry heave before shows. I made sure not to eat 2 hours before so the heaving stays dry. I'm good. Hi, everyone. My name is Tin. I use they, them pronouns if you want to talk shit about me after the show. Yeah, I am non-binary, but before I had that term, my particular expression of gender, as you're seeing it today, was actually very heavily inspired by lesbian icon and Canadian sex symbol Michael Cera. Growing up as a teen, Michael Cera was the epitome of non-toxic masculinity that just spoke to me. He's like a beige crayon. Just because this lanky-ass white boy was popular in my formative years, now I identify as a non-binary Filipino Michael Cera. I'm a Michael Cera of color. We exist. All right. I have a shirt that I only wear at mealtime because I don't like to smell like food when I'm lounging. I have a mealtime shirt. Anyone else? I'm always asking too much of probiotic foods. What's kimchi gonna do for me and my pelvic floor? Single-handedly. I have a piece of plastic lodged in my body. It helps me with this medical condition called thinking about being fertilized by Danny DeVito. Anyone ovulate? You know what I'm talking about. I am Asian. I am of the Filipino variety. Any Asians in the house? Yeah. Did you guys get bullied for bringing delicious food at lunchtime? Like, imagine getting bullied because your parents love you and want you to have your cultural foods. Right? I grew up in the northeast of Calgary, very diverse. No, it is, though, actually. But I did have an all-Filipino friend group at junior high. We had to form an alliance up there. And this mousy white girl would always come up to us at lunchtime, like with her untouched Ziploc of pizza pop, ketchup sandwich. I don't know what you guys eat. She would come with a soy sauce packet at hand because she knew we always had spare rice for her. We nurtured this malnourished baby bird back to life. We gave her a safe space, Last year, I went to Canadian Tire with my partner. This was the point in time where we were still getting used to wearing masks, and, our understanding of COVID was still developing. I, was minding my own business at Canadian Tire, trying to find my beginner's drill kit. And I yawned into my mask, and this white man in the next aisle goes, "Isn't that dangerous?" So I said, "Aren't you?" Aren't you the danger, sir? He's probably coming out of the combination duct tape and kerosene aisle. I think they sell it in bundles. I moved in with my partner at the beginning of this year. Yeah. It's been really nice to have someone there help you put the duvet into the cover. I've spent so much of my life crawling in there. You know, like spreading out like a starfish to get into the corners. It's really nice. It's like going back into the womb. Am I the only person in the course of this pandemic that has had absolutely no character development? Anyone do shrooms? You know when you do shrooms and you're like a special genius? I did shrooms a couple summers ago with my friend in downtown Vancouver, the nature of downtown Vancouver. And I came up with this bit. Every 5 minutes, I would turn to her and go, hey, you know what I love? Feeling safe. Anytime a bunch of frat guys or a bunch of cool teens would walk towards us, I would just say the bit even louder, like, hey, you know what I love? Feeling safe. Just loudly dropping hints that I love to feel safe. To fend off a potential attacker. Let's try it all tonight and report back. You know what makes me feel safe when I'm on a first date? Witnesses. Being the only non-white person at a party full of white people is a very special experience. It's its own circle of hell. I would say I don't smoke weed with white people as a personal rule. Like, I don't want to be cornered into hearing about Adam Driver or property ownership. You know, it's never going to happen for me. You know, like you walk into a room, there's a bunch of white kids putting tortilla chips in a sombrero, and they're calling it a Mexican party. And they're all dancing with each other to Wu-Tang Clan, and there's a muted Bollywood movie in the background. Why? You know, the lesson I learned is don't hang out with art school kids. Art school for white kids is, you know, it's a factory for them searching for themselves. And what I'm trying to say is, you know, when I go to these parties, I need a buddy. I need a buddy right now. I'm reaching the end of my set here. I like to do a little bit of housekeeping, you know, because you're like, white people this, white people that. Someone's bound to feel oppressed. Like, what is the white man version of Bloody Mary, you know, when you say it in a mirror? Stinky Chad? Yeah, I just want you to know, I don't hate white people. I have a lot of white friends. There's a lot of things about white culture that have nurtured my life, and I've created a list. You guys want to hear it? The 2006 comedy drama, The Devil Wears Prada. The invention of the corn dog. And the strength to talk back to my parents when I was a kid. Thank you so much. I'm Tin Lorica. I was so nervous before. I had like 3 micro pukes. I think I blacked out when I was up there. You know what I mean? I can sleep now. I can eat things again without it coming up. I'm just happy to be here.